The Lakers appear to have it set in stone in writing or made up their mind. They are sticking with head coach Frank Vogel no matter what happens the rest of the season. There was 1 week in January that really felt like he might lose his job, mostly when the Lakers were in an embarrassing losing streak at a less than ideal time. But it sounds like the Lakers will stick with Vogel regardless of what happens or how the season ends. But if something changes, the Lakers front office might make a move, but don't expect David Fizdale to take over the head coaching responsibilities. Let's say the Lakers were to let go of Frank Vogel. There really isn't a better move when picking between Fizdale and Handy. The only difference is that David Fizdale has spent a few seasons as a head coach, most recently with the New York Knicks during the 2019-2020 season. But on a team that is led by LeBron James, who also has a big say, it would make sense that Handy would take over the reins instead. That's his guy and has been for some time. Let's hope that the Lakers don't get to a point where they have to fire Vogel this late in the season, as the Lakers are still trying to make a push for the play-in game. This will probably come as a big surprise to some, given Fizdale's past head coaching experience both in Memphis and New York, and his ties to LeBron James from their time together with the Miami Heat. His previous stint as acting head coach earlier this season when Vogel had COVID-19, and rumors going back literally years connecting Fizdale to the Lakers' job. But a closer look at the situation reveals why elevating Handy instead of Fizdale would have made a lot of sense. Handy's resume is one of the best, if not the best, among current NBA assistant coaches. He got his coaching start as a Lakers player development coach, working closely with Kobe Bryant, among others, in the early 2010s before joining the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2013. While in Cleveland, he was an assistant coach on the LeBron James team that reached the NBA Finals 4 straight times and finally broke over and won it all in 2016. The Lakers are lucky to have Handy. The Lakers nearly lost Handy twice, once to the Nets and to the Wizards. So the Lakers are not the only team that sees Handy as a potential candidate to lead a team someday. As for Handy, it bears watching whether the Lakers still will give him consideration for the head coaching job if they move on from Vogel in the offseason. If not, another NBA team will likely give him a shot to lead them before much longer. No matter what happens, the Lakers should consider Handy to take over the team since players truly love him also.